Room ENT.
Yeah, we want all the smoke, we want all the action. If you're grinding for the paper, don't forget your passion. If you're driving, pull it over, that can lead to crashing. DJ Demise is on the mix, and that can lead to dancing. Go ahead, shake it, girl, everybody clapping. Damn, do it for the gram, I ain't even capping. If you grind till you shine, you can make it happen. Uncle Marv, Marty Marv, keep it old fashioned.
The Keepin' It Old Fashioned Show.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Keepin' It Old Fashioned Show.
Welcome
with
back.
your man, Uncle Marv.
And your boy, Marty Marv.
What's up, Marty?
How's it
Good to
going,
see you,
how's
baby
it-
boy.
Yeah.
Yes. So today we got our Halloween edition for you. We're going to have some fun Halloween stuff. Maybe you'll learn something. We also going to have some more serious, scary subjects. I picked Halloween to talk about this. And when I say scary, I mean, you know, this shouldn't be happening in real life. It's kind of scary. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, before we begin, I want to let you guys know about a little something, right? You know, we're excited to tell you about an upcoming project that we're doing on Kickstarter to help raise funds so we get our very own Uncle Marv's beef bacon food truck. You know, for those not familiar with Kickstarter, it's a crowdfunding platform where people can pledge any amount of money to help us reach our goal of $15,000, which is the minimum goal. You know, we hope to, you know, get more. Because if that's all we get, we can have a basic truck. But we get more, we're really going to, you know, make the truck nice, right? So we can finish building out the kitchen and the truck that we already purchased. In exchange for your monetary support, we have several exciting reward levels, including exclusive coffee mugs. We'll be giving packs of our delicious beef bacon that we make with organic ingredients. You know, if you're Muslim, if you're Jewish, doesn't matter. If you don't eat pork, there's no pork ingredients in this, all right? You know, and we even have a level, if you help us, you know, that you can create, you have the opportunity to create your own custom flavor. And if we like the flavor, we're going to keep it permanent on our website, all right? We'll be launching our campaign soon, but you can go to Kickstarter.com right now and sign up for reminders so that you know the moment that our Kickstarter page kicks off, it goes live. And I didn't want to forget to mention, we have an early bird reward level available for backers who pledge during the first 48 hours of the campaign. So just head on over to Kickstarter.com, search within the site for Uncle Marv's Beef Bacon Food Truck, and click on the big green Notify Me on Launch button to sign up for notification so that you can be sure to join our campaign on day one. We'd like to thank you immensely
Thank you
for your support. And we can't wait to show you all the exciting things we have planned for our future food truck. We have an outstanding hot food menu. You'll be able to buy packs of our bacon right from the truck to take home with you also. All right? Now, what we got coming up next, like I told you, we got the Halloween edition coming. We're going to be talking about some great things with that and some scary things, some serious subjects also. It's not all just fun and games. We got Martifacts coming up.
Yes, we
We're
do.
going to find out what makes my man, Marty Mar, mad this week, all right? So if you're listening to us with our radio partner, She Real Radio, home of the kings and queens of R&B and hip-hop, we'd like to say hello to you. If you're following us on the podcast, wherever you get your podcast from, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, also like, share, and subscribe. Now, we'll be right back, folks, with so much more. Beef bacon. That's right, you heard correctly. Beef bacon, baby. Which is better, a pork chop or a juicy ribeye steak? I know I want that ribeye. Uncle Marv has been making beef bacon for years and over 200,000 delicious flavors. Order yourself some today at UncleMarvsBeefBacon.com. That's UncleMarvsBeefBacon.com. And follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Beef bacon. All right, folks, we're back.
We're back.
With our main topic is Halloween.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween, Marty Mar.
Happy Halloween, my brother.
And look, before we even get into this, let me tell the people something. We live in Miami.
Yes,
Miami
we do.
Beach, Broward County. Let me tell you something about Halloween out here. Because I'm from Baltimore, right? You see the little kids dressed up. You might see some adults going to party, but I was the chef at the Coconut Grove Sailing Club, bro.
In Baltimore.
No. Coconut Grove here in Miami.
Okay. I thought that's the Coconut Grove in
I'm
Baltimore.
saying I'm from Baltimore. I ain't never seen no Halloweens like down here.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's a whole...
my first Halloween, I'm at Coconut Grove. I see like about 1,200 people walk across the street. Women with body paint costumes
Oh, yeah.
on.
Oh, yeah.
Little skirts. Dudes dressed up like Conan the Barbarian.
Shirtless.
Like, I mean, it's the most incredible thing I've seen. It was more adults trick-or-treating than it was kids, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it was awesome. But it's Halloween. A lot of people just think, oh, it's just a day to eat candy. I mean, we're going to talk a little bit about the history of it. We want to tell you some scary, like one of the scary figures. It's good to talk about scary people and scary things during Halloween. We'll talk about that. But then after that, we're going to talk about some real life drama that's scary. And I figure Halloween is a good time to talk about it. So, we're going to bring it. So, Martin.
The Keepin' It Old Fashioned Show presents Martifacts.
Give us the Halloween Marty facts, baby boy.
Some bonus Martifacts. So the history and facts of Halloween. So Halloween first came to the United States in the 1840s, but the observance of Halloween dates back to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. Following are some facts about Halloween celebrated on October 31st. Celts, who lived 2,000 years ago in an area now Ireland, celebrated their New Year on November 1st, when the world of the gods was believed to be made visible to mankind. Modern witches say it is a time of year when the veil between the dead and the living is thin. The word Halloween has its origins from the Catholic Church and is corrupted from All Hallows Eve. All Hallows Day or All Saints Day is a Catholic day of observance in honor of saints on November 1st. In the 1st century AD, Samhain was assimilated into the celebration of some Roman traditions that took place in October, such as a day to honor Pomona, the Roman goddess of fruit and trees. Pomona's symbol is the apple, which might explain the origin of your favorite thing to do on Halloween, bobbing for apples.
Oh, no, not my favorite thing. That's so nasty, bobbing for apples.
It's terrible.
So nasty,
it's terrible.
brother.
So, and the custom of trick-or-treating is thought to have Irish origins, probably from practice going door to door to collect money and cake or other custom begging for soul cakes or offerings for one's dead relatives. Failure to supply a treat will result in a practical joke. And then the last one I think I want to mention is the jack-o'-lantern custom is believed to come from Irish folklore about a drunk, Jack, who tricked Satan into climbing a tree, then carved an image of a cross in the trunk to trap the devil. He struck a deal for Satan to leave his soul alone when he died, but then heaven would not take him either. So he carried embers in a hollowed turnip. As he wandered eternal darkness, the turnip was replaced with a pumpkin. So that's some basic facts about Halloween. Actually, it was a little
Okay, man.
in-depth.
I mean, some people call it Sam Hain. That's how Americans pronounce it.
But yeah, but it's a Celtic word, so it's Samhain.
Well, I'm glad you said that because
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen movies where they say Sam Hain.
Yeah.
I mean, but thank you for hitting us up with them Halloween Marty facts, right? Now, I'm an avid reader, bro,
Yes, he is.
and I love like mysteries. And one of the biggest, scariest mysteries out there historically, bloodiest, was Jack the Ripper, bro.
Oh man, the legend.
Right? And he was going around, London, certain part. I think it was a castle something in London, right? But anyway, did you know that recently they found out with a 99.9% certainty that Jack the Ripper was probably American?
No.
Yes, sir. There's a whole TV show in 2017 called American Ripper. One of the relatives of the guy who they believe to be Jack the Ripper, he heard these things growing up, right? His name's Mudgett. And it's a serial killer, American serial killer, who actually was in London during the same time period. His name is better known as H.H. Holmes, right? His real name is Herman Webster Mudgett, but he was a con man, so he always changed his name.
And a huge serial
Now,
killer.
and he also had a medical degree.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So and people like, oh, that's bull crap, whatever. But hear me out. You watch the show, you realize that this dude, right, that he wound up being in London during the time that the murders happened. And when he came back to America, the murders stopped. The same day he arrived in New York, the next day, they found another girl slashed exactly like Jack the Ripper's MO, and they found like 3 or 4 more bodies. Then it stopped because he moved from there to Chicago, where he opened up this house. The house was called the Castle.
Castle, yeah.
Because this is like 1889 it was built. It was completed in 1891. But the Castle during the 1893 World's Fair, what happened with H.H. Holmes, what this dude was doing. First of all, he had all his employees, everybody worked for him, had to have a life insurance policy with him as the beneficiary. He would pay for it, but he was the beneficiary. Right?
Oh, suspect.
And all these maids, cooks, waiters will all come up missing, and no one looked for these guys, right? And during the World Fair, it was just an open house on it, right? All of this guy's fiancés, he had like 50 of them, and wives, he had a bunch. They would suddenly disappear, guests there. People in the neighborhood would eventually report that they saw like dozens of women go into the castle but never seen them exit. He had it built where it was confusing inside. There were hidden passages. Each room had a secret opening that he could get in there.
Wow.
Without anybody knowing. So when the police did investigate, they would only see one way in, and they couldn't figure out, what happened to the person. And he had, get this, a special furnace built in there so he could cremate the bodies, which is why no one was ever found, right?
Get rid of the evidence.
Yes, sir. But, he slipped up, though. You know what I'm saying? At some point, there was a warrant for him because he decided to travel to Texas, where he swindled some people out a lot of money, killed the people. We went back to the castle. They noticed that it stopped, but then it started back. But what happened was that he had burnt so many people and his furnace broke down. So some of the bodies started decomposing because he couldn't burn them like he wanted to. And he tried to get a guy to come fix the furnace, but the guy had a bad feeling. He actually said that the hairs on the back of his neck stood up. So he hauled. And then he went to the police. They did an investigation that spread from Chicago, Indianapolis, Toronto. They discovered bodies. It's the bodies of the Pitzel children that had gone missing sometime during Holmes' insurance fraud scheme. And that's how they finally got him. He also confessed to 28 other murders, but they believe that he's responsible for up to 200 murders, bro.
200.
200 murders. H.H. Holmes. So if you want to Google him, look him up, watch American Ripper, I think that would be a very, very good thing to do. Now, we want to thank everybody for listening to the Keepin' It Old Fashioned Show, our Halloween spooky edition.
Mm-hmm.
We got a whole lot more coming back, but that was kind of the fun and interesting stuff. What we got coming back is definitely serious.
Yeah.
But
it needs to be talked about.
And it needs to be talked about. So we want everybody to keep it locked in. If you're getting us on podcasts from whoever you get your podcasts from, make sure you like and you share and you subscribe. If you're watching us on YouTube, like, share, subscribe. Remember, look in the bio so for you on YouTube, because we'll have a link to DJ Demise's mix, all right?
Always dope.
If you're listening on She Real Radio, home of the kings and queens of R&B and hip-hop, you're going to hear DJ Demise's mix, all right? It's going to be coming up for you shortly, so keep it locked in, folks.
Beef bacon. That's right, you heard correctly. Beef bacon, baby.
Which is better, a pork chop or a juicy ribeye steak? I know I want that ribeye. Uncle Marv has been making beef bacon for years and over 200,000 delicious flavors. Order yourself some today at UncleMarvsBeefBacon.com. That's UncleMarvsBeefBacon.com. And follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Beef Bacon. All right, folks, we're back. You listen to the Keepin' It Old-Fashioned Show with your man, Uncle Marv.
And your boy, Marty Marv.
This is our Halloween edition. Now, we're at the point where this subject is definitely serious.
It is.
It's super scary, right? You know, did you know, Marty, that on any given year, according to the FBI's National Crime Information Center database, there are more than 424,000 missing children in America.
What?
Did you know that there are also over 353,000 missing women?
Oh my God, that's terrible.
In 2020, 40% of all women and girls reported missing were people of color, despite making up only 16% of the population.
That's
So that means like for every 250,000 women that are missing, 100,000 of them are people of color, even though they make up only 16% of the population. Furthermore, let's talk about current events. Everybody know about Gabby
Patino. Yeah, it's national news, big news.
But when she came up missing, there was no delay. Everybody and their mom was out looking.
Everybody.
And historically, because of racism in this country, if you're Hispanic, if you're African American, if you're Asian, they always want to make the excuse that maybe it's prostitution, maybe they ran away. Nobody's invested in looking for you, and it's sad.
It's super sad.
You know, and I feel like that's something that we need to bring, you know, to the forefront.
Some life to that subject for sure. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Right.
I mean, why do you think that happens? I mean,
Well,
besides
there are lots of reasons. One of the main reasons it happens, and it's, you know, a thing where people get in relationships with people they don't know that well.
yeah.
Right? At any given time in the state of Florida, there are 23 to 43 active serial killers.
Just in Florida.
Just in Florida alone, right? They don't advertise it because it kills tourism, right? They don't want to panic people. You know, when you go through a panic, like if you remember, like the Hillside Strangler, stuff like that.
Yeah.
People in the community start accusing people that couldn't possibly be the killer or people they didn't like. It just causes a whole mess.
A witch hunt.
And it makes it harder for the police to do their job.
Yeah.
Right? In today's internet age, there's a group called Skull Games that I was made aware of, right? You know, shout out to my boy Dave, you know, our resident journalist. He always makes sure we on top of all the info, right? And what they do, it's a group of hackers. They were recently in Tampa. They come to your town. You can contact them, right? Everybody should, you know, Google them. And they use their hacker skills to help locate missing women and children, to root out these predators, bro.
Really?
Yes, it's an amazing thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lots of police departments have formed task forces, you know, worldwide. You know, I talk to people and, like, you know, there's a fine line between the adult entertainment industry, right? And human trafficking.
Oh.
Right? A lot of these dudes go out, you know, Saturday night. You know how Miami is. It be lit. They want to go get them pros off the corner, son.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are children. A lot of them are women that were stolen. These women are beaten, threatened,
Yeah.
and they're killed.
Yeah.
Right? I tell people, women especially, like, you know, women are a lot braver than men a lot of times, you know. I see more brave women than I do brave men on a daily basis. But what happens is they go, they get their drink roofied, they get kidnapped. A lot of them don't even be in the country anymore. A lot of these missing women are overseas. As the Marines, you would see them, sir, from Texas. You're not allowed to talk to them. They don't have a passport, nothing. You don't know who they are.
Yeah.
But it started with a drink in Miami at a bar, and waking up inside a shipping container. You got to be careful.
You have to be
right?
careful.
People come from all over the place to come to Miami because we be turning up. We be lit down here. And they go to bars. They meet people they don't know. They get all talkative. And they wind up, gone. It was a thing where a young lady brought a truck. She's from Georgia, bro. And she came here to sell her truck. They caught the dude, but they never recovered the body because we got so much water here. Once it goes in the water, sharks, whales, fish, piranhas,
Oh yeah, there's
gators.
a lot of places to get rid of a body in Florida.
A lot of places
yeah.
to get rid of a body. They found her kid, thank God, and the kid was okay, and he got locked up for that, for child endangerment. But they can't charge him with the murder because he won't talk.
Yeah.
And nobody saw anything. And this young lady didn't tell anybody what she was doing because kids think they're going to live forever. Teenagers, especially women,
Yeah.
We got to do better out there. If you're a young woman, you listen to this podcast right now, stop thinking that you're invincible.
You're not.
You got to tell somebody where you're going,
Always,
when you're coming
always,
back.
always.
Stay in contact. Even if you're mad with your family, man, don't be a victim. Don't be a statistic.
Drop them a text if you don't want to talk to them. At least let them know where you're at, because anything can happen at any time. And,
Right,
and
right.
especially watch out when you're meeting new people.
And then the sad thing is, these authorities try to make it seem like all of them is trying to go out there and be prostitution. No, that's not the case at all.
Yeah.
Right? To be honest with you, the women involved in prostitution, for the most part, that's there willingly, are more street savvy. And a lot of them rougher than the dudes. They can't be snatched up. They got guns. They got switchblades. They're going to fight. But,
Oh, they will.
a lot of them are forced into this, and they have no choice. And like I said, they're active serial killers all over the United States, but especially where we at, Florida, man.
Something about Florida just, I don't know. I guess
It's an amazing place to live.
It's amazing.
I don't want to have people overly concerned, but you just got to be smart. You meet somebody, you don't know him. Look, Ted Bundy is from Florida. He was down here doing this thing, handsome gentleman,
Super charming.
super duper charming,
The ladies love them.
killing women.
Mutilating women.
Most of these serial killers be getting groupies while they in prison, the ones that get caught, because they're charming on a level that most have never experienced before. So I just, me and Marty Mar want to give a shout out and really do a special on something that's super scary for Halloween, but something that's also important.
Yeah.
We hope that you're scared. Maybe you'll be scared enough to take, better care. Now, gentlemen, you aren't out the woods either. Because can I remind you of a gentleman that they got a Netflix show about named Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh man, amazing documentary.
Jeffrey Dahmer. And who's that
Oh,
dude that killed Versace that time?
Andrew Cunanan.
Andrew Cunanan. I was living on the beach and sat next to Andrew Cunanan on the McDonald's up at 72nd and Collins, where I lived at, bro.
Was this before or after that?
Bro,
happened?
this is before he killed him. I remember seeing the dude.
Oh yeah, he was hanging around
And
Miami Beach a lot.
He was in the little hotel that was literally a half a block up the store from the video game store I owned at the time.
That's
And
mind blowing. I never knew that.
I looked him in his eyes. He looked at me. I gave him the heads up, and he was eating his McFish sandwich. I'm like, oh, that guy's gay. I'm like, I'm not looking at gay people, but he's giving the vibes. But he wasn't giving them serial killer vibes. The next thing you know, broad daylight, so Versace's killed. They found him a few days later, hiding in one of them boats.
houseboat.
Right there, like the houseboats right there,
on the Indian Creek.
the
or
Indian Creek Causeway, right there.
Something around there, yeah.
Yeah, man. But you never know who it is you meeting on your day-to-day life.
Yeah, you can have. You
And
can
for
have
me, that's super scary. Like, it's Halloween scary, baby. But listen, there's lots of nonprofits, right? There are people who want justice for the missing and murdered people of color. They call them BIPOCs, the indigenous women, the Hispanic women, the African American, the Asian women, and we want justice for the white ones too. We want justice for women in general.
all women. Yes.
I don't think it's just we want some. That brings me to another point. Kurt Cobain was once asked how he felt about rap, and he said he loved rap. He doesn't listen to a lot of it though, and this is like early '80s, the '80s, '90s rap, because of the misogyny, bees and hoes. You know what I'm saying?
It's unfortunate.
You got some artists talking about they roofian. They're talking about
proud,
Molly.
and proud of it.
They're proud of it.
That's
and
cool.
As men, we got daughters, we got sisters, we got mothers.
Yeah.
Right. If you got to get it like that, to me, you ain't no man, bro.
Absolutely not.
And we got to do better. We got to, as a community, we have to do better.
Yes, we do.
So, I mean, I'm sending a shout out to all them artists that don't have all that misogyny in their songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
That, a woman can dress any way she wants to. It's up to her if she decides to be with you or not. No, it ain't no slavery. As black people, we want reparations for slavery, and we don't believe in it. It's wrong. So you can't look at a woman as property, right? Your wife is not your property. You're honored to have her married to you.
And she still has to choose
right?
you every day.
You're honored to have that girlfriend that loves you, right? Now, if she cheats, whatever, you're going to get heated. You're going to feel hurt. You're going to feel angry. The same thing with women. They're going to feel the same way. But because generally speaking, most men are stronger than most women physically, right? Because after all this time of women's rights and Me Too, women aren't treated equal in society. They're still paid less. People still mansplain to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, a lot of times these missing women, these murdered women, it's because of men that are angry because they can't have their way.
Yeah, well, can I just cut in here real quick?
Yes, sir.
If you happen to be a woman in an abusive relationship, you were talking about nonprofit earlier. There are also a lot of nonprofit organizations that will get you out of that situation safely. You can reach out to them. I mean, the first step is to admitting that you're in a bad situation, and they will help you. They will get you out safely, anonymously, and make sure, they will save your life, because eventually this person may kill you. So you need to get that figured out.
But you got to wake up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of women in my lifetime I tried to save from that. But I love him.
Yeah.
But you don't know what he been through. This is why he does this. There's no excuses.
None.
I was raised that way. I was raised in a real abusive home, bro. And it took a lot of counseling.
Mm-hmm.
It took a lot of the Marines held it down for me, and they taught me to do better, bro. And that's the point. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody's taught bad things. But if you're one of those people out there listening that knows they've been exhibiting abusive behavior in the past, I implore you to change.
Yeah.
There's nonprofit groups to help you. Google them. Try to do better, bro. Hip hop is about love. It's about acceptance.
Telling stories.
It's about telling stories. It's about celebrating everyone's individuality.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back to 1983, 1981, the birth of hip hop, you guys catch our Kung Fu edition, which we're going to be, doing soon. You're going to hear it. We're going to talk about how martial arts and Kung Fu and that whole thinking influenced hip hop. And part of that was that yin and that yang, that togetherness, right? You had, Hispanic people. You had white boys. You had black boys.
Hell yeah.
Breaking, dancing, popping, locking, rapping, mixing. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people like, white people can't rap. Man, look, you must ain't heard the Beastie Boys, son.
Oh, yeah.
Eminem is one of the most vicious rappers out there. Machine Gun Kelly. I mean, it's a long history of it. Hispanic rappers, you know what I'm saying? Bad Bunny. I mean, rap is all around the world big. I go to France, son. Dude.
They can spit, man.
They put it down.
They can. It's
London, son.
outstanding, yeah.
I'm watching something on Amazon right now called The Jungle. It's a hip-hop opera. Imagine Belly, but a musical with rap.
Okay.
Dude, if you didn't check out Jungle yet on Amazon, you need to watch it on Amazon Video. The music, the look, the story, and it's dope, and it's all a musical. One of the dopest things you ever will see, bro.
Okay.
You know,
Check it out.
Hamilton. You know, you learn about the forefathers in American history, and that dude was a genius because he did it in a musical rap.
Lin-Manuel.
Yeah, yes.
Lin-Manuel, I forgot what his last name is, but yeah, he's a.
Yeah,
definitely
shout out
genius.
to you,
Yeah.
baby. We want to get you on the old-fashioned show. You know, holla at your boys.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is a serious subject we want to do, and that's about it. That's what we have for today. You know, I'd like to thank everybody for listening in. Don't forget to go to Kickstarter and make sure you look for Uncle Marv's Beef Bacon Food Truck, and you know, support our Kickstarter. If you listen to us on the podcast of your choice, make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe. Same thing on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. Hit us up on our social media. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on Snapchat. And when you comment, I want some bacon, right? You like and share on YouTube, no matter what it is, and you hit them comments up. Underneath that video, I want some bacon. Weekly, we're picking people out. And we're emailing them, we're hitting them up, we're messaging them, and we're giving them free bacon.
Free bacon.
But go to our website, UncleMarvsBeefBacon.com, if you want the best bacon in the world. You know, my family goes back. You know, my man Marty Mars, my chief bacon maker, a #1 sales guy. He's covers the sales department, and I appreciate the care that he handles with my family's recipes, bro.
It's an honor, man.
You know, I really appreciate
Absolute
that.
honor.
But look, you guys, it's been real. We're going to see you at the next podcast. We want you to keep it old-fashioned. And thank you for listening to the Keeping It Old-Fashioned show. And those of you listening on She Real Radio, home of the kings and queens of R&B and hip-hop. And we want to give a shout-out to our man, DJ Demise, in the mix. If you're on YouTube, you can just look in the bios, find that link to download that dope mix. On She Real Radio, you're going to be getting that mix, son. You're going to be getting that mix. So enjoy, because he put a lot of love in them mixes. All right? This is your boy, Uncle Marv.
And your boy, Martin Marr.
We're going to see you again on the Keeping It Old-Fashioned show. So keep it old-fashioned. And hit us up at UncleMarvsBeefBacon.com. You know, show us some love. We'll see you next time. Peace.